This week, Bracknell Regeneration Partnership, or BRP as they are often called, announced they would not be building the deck as per the plans agreed in 2019. Now we know this is really disappointing news for our residents. We've seen your comments about this and we do understand your disappointment. BRP, as the developer and landowner, is ultimately responsible for redeveloping that site, and they have said that finances just don't stack up anymore. This is largely due to rising costs, high inflation, and unforeseen global events. We often get asked why we can't get a move on and develop the site, but the simple fact is we don't own the land. It's not our land. We do work well with our regeneration partners at BRP, and we are in constant discussions with them about future plans. I've seen many people asking online how much council tax has been spent on the deck. So I think it's really important to clarify that no local council tax money has been invested in it. While the council did help to secure money to bring down the old Bentils building, this was not from the council's budget. We did have around about £6 million of council money earmarked for the deck, but as it's not going ahead, that money stays in the council's account. BRP has said it's already looking at alternatives for the site, and the council will work with them where it can on future plans. While we understand residents' disappointment, this does mean that the site could be reimagined in line with current retailer and customer needs. So it's a real opportunity. Ultimately, BRP will have the final say. However, we will make them aware of residents' feedback about what they would and wouldn't like to see on the site. In the short term, we're working with BRP to try and get some meanwhile activities on the site. So what is a meanwhile activity? Well, it's not unusual for development sites to be used temporarily to provide activities, event space and pop-up shops or restaurants. This is called a meanwhile space. They have worked very well and successfully elsewhere. If you ever visited a box park in London, then you will have been to a meanwhile space. While we can't promise a box park in Bracknell, we can promise to work with BRP to look at creating an exciting meanwhile space to include things like pop-up entertainment, temporary retailers or short-term play activities. It's very early days, and honestly it could be a while before anything permanent is developed on that site. However, we are very keen to see meanwhile activities introduced onto the site as soon as practically possible. They won't be overnight, as the site needs some essential groundwork to make it safe and level before anything can go on there. Our ambition has always been to have an 18-hour economy for Bracknell Town Centre. We recognise that while the current restaurants and leisure facilities provide a good family-friendly offer, there is a gap with the nighttime economy. We will work with BRP to see what is possible within a new scheme on the site, but we also understand that commercial decisions by retailers and leisure operators are beyond the control of the developer. We'll provide relevant updates about both the short and long-term plans for the site. Keep an eye on our social media and regeneration web pages where we'll post the latest details. We'll also make details available in our newsletter. Bracknell Town Centre is bucking national retail trends with really positive and strong trading. While some shops have closed in recent months, this is not a reflection on the lexicon, but rather due to troubles with certain retailers nationally. In fact, there have been many new openings over recent months, like Five Guys, German Doner Kebab, Chopstick, Giggling Squid, Robert Dyer's and Sestren Gren, which show just how positively the town is viewed and how well it is doing.